Okay, I've got something for you. The new parts have been fitted to the car. The simulation numbers are good, so I look forward to your feedback. Check out the details.
Hey guys, and welcome back to a brand new episode of my F1 2017 career mode, and we are here for round number 9 for the Austrian Grand Prix at Spielberg and the Red Bull Ring as it is now known. And overall, after the last episode guys, if you did miss it, do check out the card in the top right hand corner of your screen for the Baku Grand Prix, the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. A very good race for us, no spoilers given, but overall you should definitely go check it out before you come back to this one. But overall we go into this race with a bit of confidence, especially because the upgrade that failed for us on Baku actually got applied correctly for this race. So we have a brand new engine, a power upgrade for this one, which is going to be very welcome indeed, and hopefully we can put it to good use. And overall in practice, a bit of a mixed one, to be honest. We struggled in the easy session, so track acclimatization around here is normally glitched because it's always green, even though you try your hardest, you're never going to get the purple because it's just so nearly impossible. It requires you to drive like a qualifying standard lap to get the purple. You can't do that in FP1. And also fuel saving was a bit dodgy. Tyre wear test also very tricky indeed. Could not get that one whatsoever. But the race strategy and qualifying test went really well. So mixed bag of emotions. But going into qualifying, it seems like that was quite a good sign for me because we had some brilliant pace on the super softs. We got third place in Q1, and then we transitioned over to the ultra softs in Q2. We went out a bit earlier because there was rain coming towards the end of Q2 slash start of Q3. So we went out in Q2 midway through the session and was on for a brilliant lap here, going even faster than Ocon here, and we're looking nailed on to go into the 1 minute 5s, which is really incredible. As you can see, Ocon's currently fastest. Are we going to beat him in the final sector? Yes, we do. And a 1 minute 4.3. Really good benchmark there. The lap times are so quick around this track now in Season 7. And as you can see, we go through top of the pile quite comfortably into Q3, about half a second, which was quite remarkable. And jumping to Q3 now, we are going to go for the ultras. The track eventually dried out after some rain early on in the session, and we left it right until the end. And we're going to try and hammer it around for a quick lap around this Austria circuit. So straight away, turn 1, absolutely perfect. And then for turn 2, or turn 3 should I say, you're looking for the 100 meter board, brake just after it, down to third gear, possibly second, I prefer third, and then pick up the track clearance, absolutely critical. You get good exit out of here, open up the DRS, and then look for the next brake point down into turn number 4, where you want to normally brake around the 100 meter board again, down at fourth gear, possibly third. I use third to get the nose in, but sometimes you can use fourth and get away with it. Then through the kink of turn 5 and into turn number 6, down a couple of gears, using fifth just to get the nose in, and then sixth on short shift to get the traction down, then holding it through this next left-hander, currently up in the second sector on Hamilton here by over a tenth, so we're looking very good so far with only one more sector and 2 more corners to go. Throwing it into the penultimate corner, I missed my apex slightly, but still not too bad. And then finally one last corner to go, so quick, using all the track available, DRS wide open across the line, and it's going to be 2 poles in a row after Baku. So Baku and Austria, 2 back-to-back pole positions, something that you don't see too often in my career mode. And overall, an incredible lap time there, 1 minute 4, as you can see, dead. So really quick pace, and could have easily got maybe a 103 if I really pushed it, but that's how quick these cars are now. And we get a front row with Vettel actually getting second alongside us, right in the dying embers there, and Massa gets P7 in the other Williams car. But overall for us, a very good qualifying session, and a lot of positives to carry over into tomorrow's race on Sunday. So with that being said, let's jump into the race now for round number 9 for the Austrian Grand Prix. Right, so here we are then on the grid for the Austrian Grand Prix. We start from first place on the grid, and you can see we've been blessed once again in this career mode with some rain. It just doesn't seem to go away at the minute. We seem to have a pretty good streak of the rain. We've got, I'd definitely say, more wet races than dry ones at the moment, but either way, I'm not going to complain. It is what it is, and hopefully we can still make it work to the best of our ability. And overall, I feel confident in this race. I was very shocked to see the performance of the car. We are clearly the fastest around here in the dry. Now, whether that carries over to the wet, I'm not sure, but hopefully it does. With the setup I'm running, if you guys are curious, I am running 5.5 on the wings and 7 on the ballast. That is the main 2 things I've got running. Then it's down to preference, but I've got 58 on the brake bias. But in terms of the race strategy for today, obviously we're going to start the full wets. However, it is going to transition and actually finish on sunny conditions. So there's going to be a bit of an interesting race on tyre strategy here. Hence why also fuel-wise we have gone for bang on 36 laps. No more, no less, because we are going to save fuel in these wet conditions. The ideal scenario is to try and go straight into the inters and not have to stop again for a set of wets. Otherwise, we could be in trouble. But anyway, that's the strategy talk out of the way. Let's just jump into it and let's see how the race goes, because it could go one way or another. So let's just jump into it for round number 9 for the Austrian Grand Prix. Right then, here we go. We're going to get ready for the 5 red lights. Lights out and away we go. Here in Austria, it's a pretty good start actually. We're going to cover the inside, but we've held on to our lead here as we go into turn 1 for the first time. I've got Hamilton on my outside. I'm going to just squeeze him out, make sure he doesn't have a look around my outside line. And so far, so good. We've held on to our own, which is very good news for us. And we've got the track position, so now we can sort of control the race. I'm going to knock the brake bias back a little bit here because of the conditions. It looks very, very wet out here. I'm not going to lie. The rain definitely has had a big impact, but either way, we've got away okay. Got yellow flags behind in turn 3, so something's happened there, but we look good. We've already got a nice little gap out to Hamilton and Vettel, so at this point, we're just going to try and push, get a feel for the conditions as well, because that's going to be another thing. I need to see how the car performs around here, but I feel confident that we can get it done as we lose the back end a bit on traction there. A couple of screen freezes as well, but overall, we've managed to hold on to it. We've lost our advantage over Vettel, which isn't ideal, but anyway, I'm going to try and settle into this race, and I'll come back to you whenever something happens or we have an update. Here we go, fastest lap so far. No one's beating me, so we're the fastest on track. Good pace, trying to break away from Vettel gap up to 0.8 of a second, but Vettel's definitely faster than me in that middle sector, but sectors 1 and 3 are much faster than him. So overall, we've got the edge over the entirety of the lap. Another fastest lap, just a slight improvement, but we're getting the gap out to Vettel. 1.2 now. Also, I just want to give you guys a little tip. So, something that I do for me in these conditions, on the actual MFD itself, when it comes to the differential, I always run 100 when it's in the dry. But I find 100 for some reason doesn't work for me as good in the wet. So I run 50, and it seems to do the job for me. The car feels a lot more agile, and it's something you want to keep in mind, especially if you run no assists. You might find it might help you. When you've got the differential on 100, it means all the wheels are locked, or especially the rear. So basically, you're getting equal traction. When you put the diff down to 50, I believe as far as I understand it, you unlock the wheels, so they rotate at different speeds, which means the car's a bit more agile. You do suffer a little bit more tyre wear possibly, but it gives you that sort of flexibility of controlling the car. In the dry, it's definitely better to put on 100 to get that maximum traction. But in the wet, you definitely want that sort of flexibility at the cost of tyre wear. Got yellow flag behind. I just heard on the radio Raikkonen's got problems with his car, so I'm going to presume that's him, and he might have a puncture possibly. Either way, we're looking good on a good lap here. First time the track might be drying out because there should be light rain now, not heavy rain anymore. I've got the inters selected. There's been a bit of a pile up at turn 4 as well, or something's happened there, but either way, I was saying the track seems to be just getting a bit quicker now as we're on for our fastest lap, and we're really getting the gap out to Vettel now. So let's see what happens here. Another yellow flag though in the final sector. It's all kicking off here in Austria as we go faster still into the 1 minute 16s, and we've got a VSC. Bottas out of the race. Right, that's the first retirement. Raikkonen's got trouble as well, so the Finnish drivers having a few issues. Either way though, we are in the lead of the race, pretty comfortable. VSC deployed. This could be an opportunity to switch to inters if it lasts over a lap, but I highly doubt it. But something to keep in mind. I got done dirty by the VSC. I lost a bit of time. Vettel basically reduced the entire gap, but either way, it is now time for the inters. I could have maybe just pit on that last lap, but unfortunately we've got the call to come in just as we cross the start-finish line, so we are going to come in this lap for the intermediates and respond to the team's request. So let's get the car through. You can definitely tell it's getting a bit dry, the track. The tyres are just not working as they should, but we're going to pull up to the left, to the right hand side should I say, and get this into the pit lane, take it nice and easy. Still wet conditions, and we're going to try and hopefully have a nice quick stop, lose no time and maintain our net race lead here as we come into the pit lane, get it all slowed down to the 80. There we go, perfect. Right, solid pit entry, everyone's coming in including my teammate. Hopefully he doesn't lose too much time, but here we go. Good old pit stop battle. Let's hope we get a sub 2 second stop and we should be okay. 2.5, not great, but luckily we've not lost no places. We didn't get stacked up. We didn't have the lollipop held down, so that's good news for us as Verstappen stays out. But here we go. We're going to rejoin behind some of the guys on wet tyres who are staying out another lap because their teammates have come in. We're going to get up to speed here and rejoin just in front of Kevin Magnussen. Vettel has actually rejoined behind Magnussen, so Vettel's got a bit of traffic to get through. We're going to be behind Palmer here, but hopefully we don't catch him too quickly. If we do, then we should be able to pass him fairly swiftly, but we're on the right tyres now, so let's try and go nice and deep into the race with these. Once again, we should not, we don't want to pit for another set of inters. We need to go straight into the dryers. There's about 5 to 10 more minutes of this rain, so I'm estimating around lap 20. Right then, right behind Palmer here. We just got a massive difference in grip on these tyres. We're just going to fly past him, although this is going to be awkward because he's going to come to the pit lane, so I need to back out of that. I need to get out of that move because that was way too risky and that's going to put me way offline for this final corner. Vettel's already got past Magnussen, so he's going to be gaining a lot of time thanks to that as I lose the back end. An absolute treat there, but there's Vettel, you can see just behind me on the mini-map. But yeah, we're regaining that race lead. Now it's time to really push and see what our pace is like on these tyres. As the race transitions to dry, I know I've got dry race pace, so if I can get to the dry conditions in the lead, then I'd be very happy because I know then it's in my hands. Fastest lap, but Vettel responds 3/10 faster than me. So far he's got the pace in these conditions. Apparently Sebastian has car issues according to Jeff on the radio, and Perez in third just at the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, so he's now starting to catch up. So this is going to be very, very interesting, but so far we're struggling for pace in this intermediate, so I've got to be honest. Perez has passed Vettel and his pace is absolutely phenomenal. He's so bloody quick. Also Vettel's getting even slower now, so something's not right. We match our personal best, but Perez is just on a mission at the minute. I can't go any faster than this. Perez is really going quick at the minute, and also the track is just drying out a bit now. Rain should finish any minute, but tyre wear's pushing the 30+%, so we're getting to that sort of point where we've got to be careful because we want to try and not put another set of intermediates. All of a sudden this lap DRS just got enabled and now it's just been offered a tyre switch, so what we're going to do is we're going to go for the softs, which are the hardest tyre available, and get that to the end. So that's going to be the strategy. We're going to come in this lap, so let's get the pit stop called in.
Confirmed, we'll receive you at the end of this lap. Repeat that, there's interference.
Perez is quick. Oh, okay, let's try and crack on with this now. Pit stop time.
Pitting this lap then, come into the pits at the end of this lap. Can receive that, repeat the message.
Alright, never mind. I'm not getting the message. I'm just going to come in anyway. Right. We've got a bit of a gap to Perez, unlike last time, so we should be okay unless it's an absolutely horrific pit stop. So let's get it all slowed down. Alright, there we go. Another pit stop battle, but we do have, like I said, a cushion. Massa's also in, who's having a great race. Felipe, he's really running at a good pace here. But let's have a look. Nice quick stop, please. 1.9, lovely, absolutely phenomenal. We're going to rejoin here, comfortably in the lead. Everyone go for supers. I can only go for softs because obviously my tyre wear, we know what that's all about. So yeah, we just got to try and get these to the end. I mean, these guys might go for another stop. You never know. We have to focus on getting these tyres to the end of the Grand Prix, though. So let's do that as we rejoin the race lead. I know I've got pace in these tyres, especially in the dry, so let's just try and survive this sort of sticky period where the track is still very damp, and then we'll hopefully get the pace going. Right, we're going to set a fastest lap of the Grand Prix. However, we're going to get smashed by Perez because 7/10 faster on that faster super soft, which is not ideal. Hamilton even faster still, so everyone behind going faster and faster. Obviously we're on the slower tyre, so we've got our work cut out here, and we're going to definitely be having a little train of cars behind us very shortly. Perez again 7/10 faster than me that lap. That seems to be the pace deficit more or less, or the pace difference between the pair of us right now. He's now probably going to be within DRS, so we're going to have to start ready to get defending from Perez because he's going to be a real threat this race. There we go, fastest lap 106.9, but then Perez responds. I think I've got some rich mix to use and burn, which I think I'm going to start using now. So we're going to try and break the gap, 1.5. The track is now officially properly dry, so now's our chance. I'm going to try and push a little bit because I feel like the AI are running rich mix, so I'm going to do that myself now. Okay, the pace is getting very quick now. We match Perez's fastest lap from the last lap, and Perez actually doesn't go faster this lap for a change, so pace seems to be evening out a little bit now. The rich mix definitely helped out. We've definitely got the same pace as Perez now with the rich mix, so this is very good for us. 10 laps to go. Let's try and hold on to this. Okay, we improved and we actually keep the gap. I think we extended it slightly to Perez that lap, so very good signs. Right, we've just hit the sweet spot in terms of fuel, so we're going to have to go down to standard now and save the fuel, but we've definitely got the pace to keep Perez behind us, and we've got the tyres as well. We're faster than Hamilton, so it's only Perez that can touch me, and on the last lap I was actually 2/10 faster than him, so we're looking very good at the moment. At the moment Perez can't really touch me. He's not really close enough in any of the DRS zones to really have a go at me. Like, I just get good traction when I have to because I've got such good tyres still. I mean, look at Perez again, nowhere near me. DRS zone, I'm pretty unchallenged, and also especially the straight after turn 3, which is the hairpin after this corner here, even though they count turn 2 as the kink, which is where the car's in front of me is going right now. This is turn 2 coming up right now, this sort of left hand kink. I get such good traction out of this hairpin, which you'll see in a moment. The AI just can't really touch me. I mean, even if I run deep, I straighten the car up and I get the traction on, burn the rear tyre up, but I get enough of a gap to the point where Perez can't touch me on this straight. That's been the story of the entire race. It's just been always under control. Okay, Perez actually got a bit close that time. This is the first time Perez actually got a run on me there. and got very close. He could have actually gone for the dive if he really wanted to, but he thought about it. But this time Perez is definitely knocking on the door. I feel like he's actually just turned the engine up to rich mix because he's really fast on the straights all of a sudden. So Perez now might be a threat. I'm trying to save fuel to get myself some rich to get back on side, but it's going to be an interesting one. This Perez now putting the pressure on. Let's see how much fuel I have. 0.14. Not enough really, but we'll see what we can do. This ought to be interesting. Going on to the last lap of the Grand Prix, we've got some traffic. First of all, we've got Marcus Ericsson in the south, and then we've got Pascal Wehrlein in the other one. So we're going to get DRS from Ericsson. I think he's going to get out of the way, hopefully here. If he does, there we go. Thank you very much. Last lap of the Grand Prix. I feel under control, but one mistake, you know, one dodgy AR car on the blue flags really ruined this for me. So I need to be very, very careful. But so far, we've held on. We've held our nerve. We've got Verstappen in front of Wehrlein, actually. He's had that poor of a race. But we've held our nerve, like I said. It's been very calm. Now we just need to hope Wehrlein gets out of my way without any major issues here, which I think he probably will do. I'm not going to get DRS from him just here, but hopefully he just gets out of the way in a respectable place. Right, I think we should be okay. Wehrlein should do the same thing as Ericsson, I think, and he'll probably get out of the way once we go through the final corner, which I'm hoping is what he does. We've got Perez right behind us. We're going to get DRS from Wehrlein here, but it doesn't matter. We're going to come through to win the Austrian Grand Prix, and we're going to win our third race in a row. We are absolutely untouchable at the moment. We are winning every race, and it's a brilliant feeling as we go into the next race, which is my home Grand Prix at Silverstone, and potentially my last ever race as a Williams driver if we get offered a contract, and also if we get offered a decent contract, something that I fancy doing. But we'll see. We will see. Overall, we've done the best we can with this Williams car, especially this season. You know, we really brought the car forward, in my opinion. We've got another upgrade coming for the next race in the aero department, so I think we've done a brilliant job. I really do. But that's the upgrades down on the car, because all I'm going to do is focus on other things now. But either way, we take a top step at the podium at Austria ahead of Perez and Hamilton. But we're now going to move into the final race results, drivers and constructor standings. So looking at the final race results, we win the Austrian Grand Prix ahead of Sergio Perez and Lewis Hamilton. Esteban Ocon gets a very good 4th place in the Force India, and Massa gets a very good 5th place in the other Williams car, my teammate. Considering he had to stack twice in both of the pit stops, that's a very good job from him, and he has some great pace that race, really good to see. And then Ricciardo gets a 6th place in the first of the Red Bulls, and then Alonso, brilliant 7th place for him in the McLaren, beating Sebastian Vettel with car issues that race, and then Grosjean and Julian Palmer bring out the points. But in terms of retirements this race, Bottas retired very early on, and Raikkonen and also Verstappen having pretty poor races there, and also Nico Hulkenberg as well. But in terms of the driver standings, we are 65 points clear going into Silverstone. We are walking this season, so dominant. Really, you know, stamping our authority and letting our presence known as Perez overtakes Vettel for 2nd place in the championship, and Massa holds on the 10th place, but he gets some good points and he's really close to Ricciardo now, so hopefully he can try to overturn that gap very soon. But in terms of the constructors, we actually extend our lead to 31 points. Absolutely brilliant. I'm really enjoying this. This is really good, and finally we're getting Williams back to the very top by a comfortable margin. But it's been a very long, tough journey, and the next chapter will continue in the British Grand Prix in the next race. But if you guys have enjoyed this episode, please do slap a like on the video. Let's try and smash 200 likes for this episode, guys. Also, if you're new on here, please do subscribe to the channel, and also turn on notifications to not miss a single upload from me. And also, please be sure to check out the end screen annotations to watch 2 videos you might have missed on my channel by chance. But other than that, thank you for watching. Let's see my next video very soon. Goodbye.